Yo guys, what is going on? It is Dillbot here. Today it is the 16th of February. It is the start of Future Stars Team 2. And like I said last night, I think this team is way better than Team 1 as a whole. I think there was better individual cards looking, if you look like specifically with Maldini and Dino last week. But you look at the team as a whole this week. I mean, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to talk about the SBC, which is the part of today that I was actually disappointed by. I really thought this card was going to be... I thought it was going to be a pretty meta card. I think that they just skimped out. Not that it won't be a meta card. I think that it's, too expensive for what it is. When you look at... I mean, if you're using this card, you're using this card so that you can whip it in. But then if you're doing that, why would you spend 500k in fodder when you can buy her Thunderstruck card for, I mean, it's 100k. That's even more expensive than I thought. But, they gave her the 4-star, I believe. But the thing that's really, an issue in my eyes with this card, if you're going to give somebody a second playstyle plus, it should not be a 4-star skiller with Trickster. I think that is pretty silly. It makes no sense to give somebody that doesn't have 5-star skills Trickster. It's just almost a waste of a playstyle plus. You can do some cool things here and there, but I mean overall it's really just not worth it. You look at just some of the things she would have been able to do. Imagine they give her like Incisive. She's got Whip Pass Incisive. It's just things like that. I don't really understand why you would do that. Give her Trickster. There's other cards, and I understand it. They did it a lot early in the year. They would give people Trickster with 4-star skills, but we're in February, mid to late February at this point. We should not be getting 4-star skillers with Trickster. It's just a waste of a play style at that point. So, I like the card overall. Again, I think it's a little expensive. I think you take one squad away, one of the higher squads away, like 86, I think. And I think it's a pretty good price card, but I just don't love the I don't love the price tag personally. And I say this, but I'm gonna get cooked by this card 10 times this week, so we'll see what happens going forward with her. I think she's gonna still be a good card, but I will not be completing that's for sure. Botcha, I mean, need I say more? I know a lot of us have completed that Botcha SBC earlier in the year, and this is just there's a +2 basically on the entire card, except for dribbling it's a +1, and then shooting it's a +3. They kept Whipped Cross. They gave her block. I don't love block. It is what it is. On fullback specifically, I don't love block. But they gave her a 4-star weak foot, guys. That's huge. You look at some of the left backs in this game and their price comparatively, and I like the price on this. I think I would rather use her than Roberto Carlos personally. If she gave an icon link, it would be barely even a discussion, in my opinion. I think this card's crazy, and if you pack her, it's absolute scenes. Cole Palmer, I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about Cole Palmer. I did a lot of talking about him last night. The card's ridiculous. I would say probably the best card in the entire promo. If you get this, you're grittying around the room. This is a ridiculous card that I think is a little expensive, but that's going to be a trend with a lot of these cards. I mean, I think these high tier cards are just going to be ridiculous to pack all week, just like they were last week. Claudio Pina, Boniface, Zaire Emery. I mean, guys, get the press proven play style added onto here. I mean, 5'4". I think this card is nasty. The only thing he's lacking is a little bit of shooting, and it's not like it's terrible with it. This card has very little flaws. He's got amazing links. I mean, some of the top tier links in the entire game. And then just a great card overall. I'm blown away. I did not think this card was going to be that good. Mukoko. I mean, this is an interesting one for me, and I'll talk about this when we get down a little bit farther here, when we look at some more of the cards. Mukoko's 700k. don't particularly understand why. I think the card's good. When we look at the icons, I mean, Kelly Smith is 650k. So you're paying more for Mukoko with technical is a good playstyle, a very good playstyle in my opinion. And then acrobatic, I do not like. I mean, for 4.5, Kelly Smith's 4.4. So, you know, there's that. But the stats are nowhere even near. I just think that probably Kelly Smith's better. I could be wrong. I would like to give Mukoko a try. I probably will not be shelling out 700k for him, though. Hoyland, I mean, again, said a lot about what I thought about him last night. I mean, terrible play styles. The card is way cheaper than I thought he was going to be. I thought Man U tax was going to carry him pretty far. I'm kind of glad it didn't. I think this is a very good price for the card. Nico Williams, I mean, this is another one that, just like Mukoko, I don't really get the price here. We'll look at, so specifically Nico Williams to Olise. I mean, they both got ping pass, they both got 84 shooting, and I know that Nico Williams has the pace and the quick step with it. But I think overall Olise's better. I think the ping pass on the wing, if what we're looking to do here is ping pass onto the or off the byline into cutback, I think Olise is going to be your guy, just specifically because he's also got the Trivela. So I think not only does it open these weird passing lanes for you and passing animations, but also it gives you the ability to score with him more, in my opinion. Just because if you're taking a shot, might as well take a Trivela. You know, just as good as a regular shot, even after the nerf. Rico Lewis, a little bit expensive, one play style, but I mean, it is what it is. It's, you know, again, great links. It's hard to take away from that. I think he would be a crazy good CDM. I think it would be interesting. I think he's a little small. I wish he had intercept. Let's see. He might actually have it regular, which, wow, he has no playstyles. That's crazy. And they're not. I mean, ping pass is good. Block, I don't like. CDM is not good for block. Relentless, I mean, one of the best playstyles for a midfielder. It's okay. I mean, I don't think it's terrible. I think it could definitely be better though. This is objective. Ikite, I mean, they gave him a double. So this is the other thing I said last night. I thought that 87s had play styles, or 87s and belows didn't have play styles, and if you were an 88 or above, then you had 2 play styles. So they changed that this week. Like Rico Lewis only just had 1, and Diakite's got 2, and I think he's the only one that has 2. But it still did break the pattern. So that's just something right there too. That's a little EA thing just to hold on to, because that's something they do, just to mess with us. Tiny little things like that. And then this Nets card, I mean, fodder. Everybody will be packing it. There's gonna be a few fodder cards. I mean, there always is. But yeah, I mean, those are the regular cards. I think the regular cards are really good this week. You know, I do really like a lot of these cards. Take a look at the icons real quick, you know. I mean, this icon team is pretty nasty. I think there's a lot less bad cards. I think there's a lot less fodder cards. I mean, there's still, we'll look at Gattuso. I mean, he's not going to be good, but like Zidane, I mean, 11 million coins for Zidane is, you know, this is probably going to be the best defensive Zidane we've ever seen, because they gave him intercept, and that's a scary, scary thing. This means you could really play him box to box. That's terrifying. You know, the thought of being able to, I bet he's got the hair in game too, is the other thing. I bet this is his baby picture if we were to look on the game. So I think this card is going to be an absolute menace. It's going to be the best cam in the game. But like I said, because of the intercept, I think it's going to allow you to play him box to box, which I think is a very, very interesting concept. And I don't know that he'll be better there, but it's something that you'll be able to do for once. Because a lot of the time you can do it. And when you do that with him, it doesn't feel quite right. It feels like he's missing something. And I think that would be the something that would push him over the edge to actually be able to do it at a great to elite level. That's what I'll say. Zico, I mean, Zico looks crazy. They gave him technical, which, I mean, his technical regular on his base, you can really feel it. There's a lot of, there's levels to this, like you can feel it on just certain players better. And on his base, you can really feel it. But I can only imagine how it feels with the plus. Plus, he's, you know, this is a +1 in for him. You can't really complain about that. The card looks crazy. I wish they switched up dead ball. Is what it is. I mean, he still got technical at the end of the day. Dead ball is a way to score goals. I think one person in your team should have dead ball at most points in the game. Not the worst thing if you don't. But I think that it doesn't hurt to have one, especially a double play style. I think that cleans it up a lot. Where did I pass? No, I didn't. Rivaldo, I mean 4/4, you know. I said it last night, you know, I don't think this card's going to be very good. I think 1.3 million tells you a lot of what you need to know about this card. When you look at some of these other prices, I mean, I think it's a little expensive, but it is what it is. I mean, Kelly Smith, and then this is what I'm saying. This is the one that I think is underpriced. Comparatively to all these other cards, I don't understand how this is, you know, so cheap. I would rather use this card than Mukoko. You know, it just is, period. She's going to feel way better on the ball because she's shorter. And the stats are better. First touch is not great, but quick step, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. I think it's a good card, but probably wouldn't make the team for me. We look at David Beckham. David Beckham looks really good. You know, they really juiced this card. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a juicer. Another card that, you know, I look at it and it is a little bit underpriced in my opinion. And it's crazy saying that about a card that's 2.1 mil, but he is only 4/4. But the stats are crazy. I mean, you look at how just some of these regular cards are super overpriced. You could buy this card or you could buy Garnacho. What would you rather buy? I personally would rather buy Beckham. I think that he can do in the midfield way better than Garnacho could in the attack, personally. And that's part of that. Granted, part of that is also me holding on to the idea of what his Team of the Year card was last year and how dynamic that card was, I guess, and you could use it anywhere. But I do think this is going to be a very good card, and I do think that he's a great price, personally. And he's only going to drop more going forward, you know, for a little bit. Nedved, only one play style, and it's rapid, 4/5. The card looks okay. I mean, I think that's a little underpriced too. I think that's a little interesting. I guess he's probably just getting packed a lot. Puyol, super overpriced in my opinion. This is mid at best. You know, 80 pace, 92 defending. He's 5'10", and his only playstyle is block plus. I mean, come on. Are we for real here? And people are paying $350 for this? That's just interesting to me. And then Gattuso's the fodder card of the promo. I mean, 3/3, terrible all around. Only one playstyle on its intercept. You know, slow but high defending. You know, story of the Italians, I guess. You know, that's what we're used to seeing a lot. And then one thing I wanted to talk about before we finish up here. I did open the packs already today. I didn't get anything. I had an issue with the footage again today, so we'll see what happens after this. So this is the one that I think we're getting today. So the two leaked SBCs that we have for Future Stars Icons, we're looking at Baggio and we're looking at Cannavaro. I mean, Cannavaro I think is going to be the better card of the two. If this is, so they say the stats are official, but I don't think that means the playstyles are official. If they do give him technical and ping pass, that's really interesting. I think his base card right now has technical, and so that would check out. Ping pass could be this could make him a good card. I mean, this would not be a bad card. Depends on what they price him. I feel like they'll put a pretty hefty price tag on this, which I don't love. Hopefully he's got the rat tail in game. That's the real hope. And then Cannavaro is the one that I do think is going to be the better SBC of the two. I think that even though he's, I want to say he's 5'9", but even at whatever height he stands at, they give him aerial and they give him anticipate. I guess that won't be what it is. They'll probably give him aerial and intercept. But as long as he can get up, this card is ridiculous. 93 defending, 80 pace on his base. I mean, they give him a +3 pace. I mean, 83 pace is okay, but 96 defending, we're looking at aerial plus. This dude can out jump anybody. 91, so he gets to like a 95 jumping roughly. I like it. I do like it. I think it would be a good card. But you never know. So, all right, guys. I think that's going to be it for me today. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow we're looking at, like I just said, I think we're going to get Baggio, and then we're probably going to get the store packs, and we're getting a refresh on the hero as well. So I'll have some of that for you guys, all right? Peace out.